Welcome to our online class. Today we are going to study chapter number 2, climate. And our topic is how climate change affects people and animal. So, here you have a map, world map on page number 32, and you can see Arctic Ocean over here on North Pole. So, they have shared some interesting facts about Arctic on page number 31. Arctic climate is changing and global warming is affecting polar bears. Arctic is experiencing the warmest air temperature for 4 centuries. Scientists believe Arctic sea ice has decreased by 14% since the 1970s. The Polar Bear International website states that there are between 20,000 and 25,000 polar bears worldwide, and 60% of them lives in Canada. And they also shared that the melting ice reduces the area in which polar bear can hunt for food. According to that site and Canadian Wildlife Service, the population of polar bear has dropped by 22% since 1987. Now you have two questions on page number 32. How many polar bears are there in Canada? So we have discussed over here that 60% of polar bears live in Canada, which is 12,000 to 15,000. And the next question is, what danger to polar bear is caused by melting snow? So we have also discussed that the melting has reduced their habitat of polar bear in which they can hunt for food. So you know the answer now. Now let's see how it affects on people. They have shared that glaciers in the Himalayas have melted more than in the past, and scientists say that Bangladesh may lose as much as 20% of its land to flooding by 2030. So 20 million people unable to farm their flooded lands. Now on the page number 34 we have an interesting story about a boy who is 12 years old, and he is a student of a boat school. So here is a boat school of Bangladesh. Let's check out the keywords first. Like first word is vulnerable, that means one that can be attacked or injured. Inhabitants mean person who lives in a particular place. Desperately means intensely. Bleak means offering little or no hope. Refugees means who flees for safety. Frustrating means disappointing. Architect means someone who designed buildings and other large structures. Cyclone means a violent rotating windstorm. Fizz means to make a hissing or bubbling sound. Paradise means any place of complete delight and peace. So here he has shared his story that he was so excited because it was the first day of his school, because last year he couldn't go to school due to floods, and he had to miss the school for many weeks. By the time he got back to school, he forgot all the things, everything he studied. So it was very frustrating for him because he wanted to be an architect when he will grow up. And he thinks that if he will miss school all the time, he will never succeed. His father told him that he said, we have no electricity and no cars, and yet we suffer these terrible cyclones and storms caused by the rich people in other countries. So that means his father is complaining that they have to suffer. They don't have electricity, and the vehicles they used are causes of pollution, and pollution melts the glacier more rapidly, which causes more flood. Here you can see a picture of school boat. But on this day, he was very excited. It was his best day. The school boat is about to come. From now on, it was going to come every day except Sunday and stay for 3 hours. His little sister is ready with him to go on the boat. He held her hand tightly as they were waiting with all the other children at the edge of the water. They were all fizzing like bottles of lemonade, and his sister was jumping up and down. She had missed much more school than Abdul had, because their parents were afraid to let her walk to school. Even it was open because they were afraid due to dangerous water. So suddenly they saw the school boat has come, and all of them lined up, and they were told to walk on the boat respectfully. So there were 40 seats on the deck for older children and benches for 20 little ones in the row. They had books and pens with them, and there were even solar powered computers and a library for older students. 3 hours passed so quickly. He couldn't believe it was very short time for him because he was enjoying study. Before going home, they have been given solar lamps because their kerosene lamps were so expensive to run, and it also polluted the air and made a nasty smell. So now they really believe that he will be an architect one day, and he will design more boats for people of Bangladesh, not just school but library boat and other floating gardens as well. So it was his story. He was sharing that in how many problems he is going to school, but he loves to study. And you have some questions over here like describe the problem Abdul had to face before the school board introduced. So we have discussed that he could not do his homework at night because the kerosene lamp his family used was expensive and it gave out nasty smell. So next question is what does Abdul's father blame on rich people of other countries? So we have already discussed the reason that the people of rich country excessively use electricity and other vehicles that causes pollution, and pollution melts the glacier more rapidly. So it causes flood, and Bangladesh had to face have to face many floods because of this. Why is the boat particularly exciting for Mackie? So Mackie is the name of his sister, and school boat is exciting for her because it has special benches for young ones, and also it keeps her safe from dangerous water or flood. Why do you think the 3 hours passed so quickly? Because you all know that he was very excited and he loved to study. He was having so much fun on the school boat. What is the benefit of a solar lamp for Abdul and his family? So, a solar lamp is less expensive to run and it does not give out any smell. So, students, you can write the questions on your copies and read the passage or story carefully. Thank you.